Welcome to North Sun Tabletop Games, and today we're going to be checking out the Dragonbane RPG, specifically the solo rules, Alone in Deepfall Breach. So even though this is a little solo pamphlet that comes with it, you can have a little solo campaign when you buy the starter box. We're actually going to try the cooperative play rules. So instead of using the special solo rules, we're going to try to go with two characters, one of which we created the other day. So our first character for this adventure is going to be Splats Silvergrin. He's a Mallard merchant, pale and pasty, thin-skinned. He's got a strength of 9, constitution of 13, agility 18, intelligence 7, wisdom 11, and charisma 15. He's ill-tempered, which means he can take the angry condition and get a bone on his roll. He has webbed feet for swimming, and treasure hunter. So if he doesn't know which way to go, he can spend willpower to use this ability to go towards the area with the most treasure. He only has a dagger that does D8 damage using his strength, and his strength is only 9, so he doesn't have a damage bonus to strength. And let's see. He has range of strength. That's just range. I think he can use his agility to use this. Let's see. Yeah, knives use agility, so his agility is 18. So he gets a plus D6 damage bonus for agility. Inventory, he's got sleeping pelt, a tent, oil lamp, lamp oil, flint and tinder, a backpack, and a silver medallion. 11 willpower points, 13 life. So we rolled Splats up randomly the other day. This will be our little Splat standee from the standee pack. That's Splats. So I felt like sending him into Deepfall Breach on his own. He's just a merchant. That might be a little rough. So he is gonna take a partner with him. This is one of the pre-gen characters, Orla Moonsilver. So we got Splats Silvergrin and Orla Moonsilver. She's an elf. She has inner peace. So when she rests, she can meditate and heal more. And then she has twin shot for 3 willpower. She can take a bane on her roll, which is roll 2 d20s and take the worst, and shoot 2 arrows instead of 1. She can shoot at 2 targets or put both arrows into 1. Let's see, Elf Adult Hunter. Weakness, she's intolerant. Nightkin, such as orcs and goblins, are evil and need to be fought. Appearance, smooth and confident walk, clear eyes that suspiciously scrutinize everyone. Eager and swift in thought and action. Strength 13, constitution 15, agility 17, intelligence 13. Willpower 10 and charisma 9. She's got a quiver with iron head arrows, a torch, rope. Her memento is a fang from the troll that slew her sister. She's got flint and tinder. Splat's memento was a silver medallion, which is why they call him Silvergrin. She's got leather armor, a long bow, and a knife. 10 willpower points, 15 hit points. That's the little standee for Orla. So these two are going to go into Deepfall Breach. So we'll take our Deepfall Breach pamphlet. And let's see where we'll start. We'll get a little flavor backstory going on. This little booklet has a lot of solo tools. Haven't really played solo RPGs a lot, but it always looks fun when I'm watching other folks, so we'll try it out. All right, let's see. The Chapel and the Wolf. The nameless chapel stands at the edge of Deepfall Breach. The mortared stones of the structure have stood fast against time, wind, and calamity, but its stained glass windows lie scattered in shards, and the heavy oaken doors hang loose and creaking on ancient hinges. We are caught amid a torrential rain, so we slip inside, eager to escape both the downpour and the baleful red glow emanating from the depths of the breach. Inside, the chapel casts a shadow of itself. Rotting pews, piles of refuse, tattered tapestries depicting battles long forgotten. Candles lend their meager glow in flickering clusters, while fragrant smoke curls from incense burners. Maze-like etchings litter a large desk occupying the far wall. Maddening, aren't they? The gruff, withered voice precedes a hunched form, dislodging itself from the shadows. Silver streaks the cold black fur of a wolfkin draped in ratty robes. He leans on a wicked-looking two-handed mace topped with a clenched steel fist. Numerous scars mark the wolfkin's lupine visage, with a stone sphere replacing his left eye. The breach, he continues, nodding towards the desk littered with labyrinthian maps. Impossible to map with any accuracy. He introduces himself as Stonegaze, though he also supplies his true name, Ingolfer. The name is not unknown to you, but the Ingolfer of whom you've heard tell is a fearsome warrior and famed hunter of demons, not an old hermit priest. Have ye come to delve the breach, he asks? There is good to be done, justice to be dealt, and riches to be uncovered if ye've the metal for it. Well, yes, we've definitely come to delve the breach. Tell me more. And then you go to the mission section. So into the breach, it gives you a little flavor text. It talks about waypoints. So what you do is you go through these different areas, and then you only kind of narrate what you find at the waypoint. So we're going to check out the first mission. It's called the Reforged Shard. All right, the Reforged Shard. The captive orc, the leader of a sect of demon cultists, holds the Windbreaker Shard, the tip of the abyssal spear that split this land and created the breach. This power cannot stay in their grasp. Foul magics cloud their location from my sight, so ye must locate the shard through other means. Seek below a band of cultists transporting a prisoner, an orc named Gorum. Gorum knows the location of the cultist outpost and may serve as a valuable ally in the days to come. All right, so we're going to try to find this captive orc. The threat is a trio of goblin scouts plunder the breach, looting ancient crypts and robbing any who wander across their paths. When the threat triggers, they spring an ambush. All right, so for the solo rules, you take a d6. We'll put it on 1. As time passes, this will move up. So if it gets to 6, then these 3 goblins will jump out and ambush us. So time, if we do anything, like if we search a room, that takes a shift of time, that will trigger us to kind of add 1 to the threat meter, for lack of a better word, and that will increase the chances that we'll run into a complication. So let me look up the times real quick. So in Dragonbane, you have measuring time. So you have a round, which is 10 seconds. Perform an action in combat. Take a round rest. You have a stretch, which is 15 minutes. Explore a room or take a stretch rest. And then you have a shift, which is 6 hours. Hike for 15 kilometers, take a shift rest. So if we go through like a stretch of 15 minutes or longer to explore or do something, then we will put this thread up. All right, then let's see, where are we at? All right, the Reforged Shard. So these are the waypoints. So it's got the plunging path. We'll talk about that in a second. The charred tomb, and then 3 and 4 are unknown, and then the fiendish altar. So we need to get through all these waypoints to complete the mission. So let's start with the plunging path. A sloping corridor carries you into the oppressive depths of the breach. Tread softly, lest ye wake the creatures of fang and wing nesting within the cracks and hollows of this ancient passage. All right, so we are going to start on the plunging paths. We'll use this little tile here for the plunging paths. Our heroes, Splats and Orla, start making their way into the depths of the breach. All right, so what we'll do is, since we know what this is, we know that we need to tread softly, so we need to sneak through this area. Otherwise, we run into creatures of fang and wing. Now, in the solo rules, there's like a little location table. Well, let's go ahead and roll a d4. Actually, let me put this over here and put the one down here. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll roll a d4 on this location table just once, because we already know the room, just to see if we get some extra kind of details. So let's roll a d4. We got a 1. So contents. What's the contents of this plunging place? So then you have the subtable, and we'll roll a d20 on this subtable and see what contents are in there. Hold on 1 second. I'll just put a dice tray up. All right, so let's roll a d20 and see if there's anything interesting. 4, cracked terrain. All right. So we have to sneak through here, but there's also gaps in the terrain that you can fall in. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and see what these guys run into. So we got cracks in the terrain, which sounds like we need to look out for those. That could be an awareness roll. And then we also want to sneak through. So we'll start sneaking first. So we look at our character sheet, we can see that Orla has a sneak of 14. So this is a roll under D20 game. So you basically, we need to roll 14 or less to sneak successfully. And Splats also has a sneak of 14. So let's go ahead and start with Orla. Orla has a movement of 14. So she can move 14 meters per turn. These squares represent 2 meters. So she can basically move 7 meters per turn. And Splats has a movement of 8, so he can move 4. So he's going to be a little bit slow. But we'll have her lead the way. So we'll say Orla starts making her way through the tunnel. Let's have her start with an awareness roll to see if she notices the cracks in the ground. So she has to roll a 12 or less. She got exactly a 12. So she does notice. So she'll whisper back to Splats, hey, watch out for the holes in the ground. And that will give Splats a boon on his sneak test. So we'll give him a boon, which means he can roll 2d20 and take the best. She'll continue moving through, and then we'll make a sneak test to see if she gets to the other side without being spotted. So she's sneaking is 14. 2, excellent. She gets all the way through across to the other side. She's waiting for Splats. Splats brings up the rear, sneaking across. He needs a 14 or less. He has a boon because he warned her. And that's a good thing because he got a 19 and a 9. So the 19 would have been a fail, but the 9 passes. So he's able to sneak through with her leading the way. And let's make one more awareness roll to see if she sees what creatures are here. 19, she does not. So they don't notice any creatures as they're walking through this first area, but they are able to navigate it completely and pass through the first waypoint without issue. All right, fantastic. So then what we do is we go back to the mission. Piece of cake, easy peasy. And we will look at the second waypoint, which I think was unknown. Let's see, the Reforged Shard. Oh, no, it's not unknown. Charge Tomb. That's where we go to next. Fire long ago ravaged this once grand mausoleum. It holds 5 remaining sarcophagi against piles of ash. Find ye a path through a door hidden within one of these coffins, but disturb not the scorched dead, nor the hidden trap. All right, so they are going to be going into the charred tomb, and we will use this and pretend that there's only 5 sarcophagi in here. So they come down the entrance. So I think they're going to want to search this room. So searching, which would probably be a spot hidden test. There are some rules for searching in here. It says when you carefully inspect an area for hidden doors, concealed mechanisms, or other secrets, roll spot hidden. Taking the time to search is risky. It requires a stretch and any active threat advances. All right, so we are searching. So that means this active threat is going to go from 1 to 2. So those trio of goblins are getting closer. And we're going to go ahead and do a spot hidden roll. So let's see, spot hidden. That is, oh, actually, let's get a little bit of flavor for this room. Let me roll once on the location chart. I'm going to roll once on the location details just to see if there's anything extra we should know about the chart too. Right, that's a 2, so it's environment. So we'll roll a d20 on the environment table. 2, chilling cold. Okay. So it's freezing in this room. The warm heat of the breach all of a sudden dissipates. And the eerie cold comes over our heroes as they enter into this mausoleum. The coolness of the cold stone floors under their feet. All right, so they're going to search and do a spot hidden roll. So let's see who's good at searching. Spot hidden. Orla has a 6. And Splats has an 8. All right, so Splats knows what the Wolfkin told him. So he's going to come down here and start searching in this area. Let's see what he gets. 19 is a fail. Now he could push it. If he pushes it, he can become angry. That would be under his intelligence. Or I could use scared under his willpower. Do I think I can roll an 8? Let's see. We are trying to search. All right, so if we fail, something bad happens. All right, let's have him push it. So when you push the roll, you check off one of your skills and gain a condition. The conditions are exhausted, sickly, dazed, angry, scared, and disheartened. And that means that you have a Bane, so you roll and take the worst result. So I think he's gonna go with disheartened. So he's feeling a little down about this cold area. It's kind of creeping Splats out. Gonna roll again. He needs an 8 or less. Wow, so close. He got a 9. So I think what happens is you waste time and find nothing of interest. But we know that there's a trap in this room. Or there could be a trap. One of these are trapped. So I think that what happens is he accidentally comes across a trap. And we'll see if he can notice it before it triggers or not. So he's going to go ahead and roll his awareness, which is a 4. That's against his intelligence. He's not very aware. Oh, he does. He got a 2. So he notices the trap that is on one of the sarcophagus. Let's see what kind of a trap it is. 15. Spinning blades. So one of these sarcophagus has a spinning blades trap, and he decides to leave it alone for now. He's going to leave it alone, and they're going to try to search the other ones to see if they can figure out which tomb has a secret entrance to get to the next area. We're supposed to find a path through a hidden door within one of the coffins. So we're going to go ahead and have Orla come over. She's going to do her search. So she's going to do spot hidden. She's also looking for it. She has a 6 in intelligence. Let's see if she can find it. Spot hidden. Oh, that's great. She rode a dragon. That is a critical success. So she does find a secret path that takes them to the next waypoint. And since she rode a dragon, we'll say that she is able to go through that path without disturbing the scorched dead. Okay. And now that she's found that, she calls Splats over. So we just need Splats to get over to her without disturbing anything. Now the question is, do we feel like he can move away from the trap safely? Or will moving away from the trap trigger it? So for that, we'll go to the fortune chart where we can roll a d6. So a 1 is a no, 1 through 3 are no, 4 through 6 are yes. So let's go ahead and roll a d6 and see if he moves away from the trap. 2, that's a no. So moving away from the trap will not trigger it. So Splats will head over this way. And then we'll just see if he sneaks successfully and doesn't disturb anything. And he'll do his sneak roll. So Splats, his sneaking is 14, agility. 13, just what he needed. So he's able to creep through here, get to the sarcophagi that has a secret panel. They open it up and they go through to the 3rd waypoint. So far, they've been really good and lucky with getting through the different areas. And we'll see what they come across next. All right. Piece of cake. They're going to be able to get to this captive orc and save him. Now the 3rd waypoint is unknown. So when it's an unknown area, we're going to take our D4 and we are going to roll on the location table. So first, you roll a D20 on the area table below. So I take that back. We'll roll a D20. So we'll roll on the area table below. The area is 19. Vile Temple. Okay. Then roll a D4 and roll a D4 that many times on the location details table. All right, so we'll roll a D4 and see what we get. 2, so we're going to roll it twice on the location details table. First one is 4, which is a danger. And the second one is 3, which is an oddity. So then we're going to go to the subtables, and we'll roll a danger and an oddity with the D20. The danger is going to be 18. Danger, a scrawled warning. And the oddity is going to be 11. Magic mirror. Okay. And then the inhabitants that may be in this temple is a D20 roll. So we'll see what could possibly be in here. 9 giant spiders. All right, so there might be a giant spider in here. There is a warning, and there is a magic mirror. All right, so let's see. Temple. Do I have a temple looking tile? Let me just look here. Something with a magic mirror. All right, so we will go into the temple. And there is a magic mirror somewhere in here. We don't know what the magic mirror does. But there is a warning as we step in. Let's see if we notice the warning. So that's going to be an alertness from somebody. Awareness roll. Orla has a 12. I think we'll have both of them make an alertness roll. Awareness. Intelligence. So Orla's 12. She does not notice. And he got a demon. So he does not notice either. All right. So what does the magic mirror do? So they both entered into the area, and I think since they don't notice, and maybe what happens is the mirror, the place is filled with cobwebs. There's a mirror in the corner. Do I have anything that can represent the mirror? Yeah, I will just, maybe I'll put a dice out here. There's a mirror in the corner. And I think since he got a demon, that means that the spider is going to attack him because nobody notices that there's a spider in the room. And the magic mirror, maybe it can help with the spider if they figure something out. So then out of nowhere, the giant spider starts to creep up on our heroes. And a spider is a monster, which means it will randomly do whatever it's going to do. We've got a giant spider here, and we would roll a d6 to see what happens. Before that, we are going to go ahead and draw initiative. So in this game, you have an initiative deck with numbers on it, 1 through 10. 1 is first, 10 is slowest. And I will just, let me just check the surprise rules real quick in case. Surprise. Stretch, sneak attack. I see sneak attack. I don't see surprise. Initiative. Page 41. Let me see if there's anything about surprises real quick. Actions and movements. Surprise. If you perform an attack, GM surprising, you get to choose any initiative card you want in the first round of combat. If several characters participate in the surprise attack, you may all choose a card. The other combatants draw from the card that remain. To make things simple, particularly the GM can draw a single initiative card for a group of all NPCs. All right, so I think since it's surprising, we'll just have it go first. So we'll draw the initiative card for the monster. So he'll go first. And we will see. This is for Orla. So Orla is going to go 5th. So she'll go 2nd, basically. And Splats will go last. All right, then we'll roll a d6 and see what the giant spider does as these guys are exploring the room. Now, before that, let's go ahead and roll on the there's like an inspiration chart in here. And for inspiration, let's see. Inspiration table, D20. Let's see. Action, attribute, magic mirror thing. Let's roll on the attribute table for the magic mirror, and we'll see what it comes out with. 19. Attribute is transformed. Okay, so maybe it transforms something. And 15. Moving. Transformed moving. So maybe if something gets too close to the mirror, it gets slowed. Like if you move in front of the mirror, maybe you get paralyzed or you stop moving. Something like that. So it's like a mirror of whole person. Once you look in it, you stop moving until you can break free. Okay. Let's see. All right, we've got the spider. Okay, it's attacking first. So we'll roll a d6 and then we'll get our regular rule book out. And then based on this, we'll see what happens. This could be the end of our adventure early. 3. Mesmerizing eyes. The monstrous arachnid stares at the player character with a terrifying multitude of eyes. All victims within 10 meters must make a will roll to resist fear. Okay. So 10 meters, 2, 4, 6, 8, 8. So they're both in range. So as the spider plops down onto the ground, they hear the sickening thud from the webs and look into its ghastly eyes. So they have to make a will roll to resist fear. So Orla's will is 10, so she needs a 10 or less. Can she resist? She does resist. Splat's will is 11. He needs 11 or less. And he got a dragon. So he resists. And let's see, since he got a dragon, that is not a skill roll. That's just a regular roll. So they resist the fear of the spider. And then it's Orla's turn. I think she is immediately going to open fire on the spider with her longbow. So she is going to fire an arrow. She's going to use her twin shot ability and take a bang to fire 2 arrows. You only roll once. That cost 3 willpower, I believe. 3 willpower. So she's going to have 7 willpower left. And then she'll roll 2 dice and take the worst. So she needs to beat 14. 14 or less on both dice. 7 and 11. All right. So she whips out the bow, fires off 2 arrows. They both hit. They do D12 damage. Let's get this damage roll in. So he takes first arrow, 9 damage from the first arrow. Second arrow, 7 damage. So she just opens up with a flurry, sinking 2 arrows into the spider's eye for 16 damage. It's a great hit. It's green ichor and black goo spills out of its eyes and it yells out. And then it's Splat's turn. Splats has a dagger. Now he is ill-tempered. I think Splats is just gonna run up to it and try to hit it. So he's gonna go 1, 2, and slice at it with his dagger. He needs to get his dagger skill is 14 with knives. 14, that's exactly what he needed. So he hits it and he'll do D8 piercing damage to the giant spider. 5 more damage. hacking one of its limbs. All right, then we are out of the surprise round. Then we will take these cards, we'll shuffle them up. The spider got the jump on them, but tried to scare them, and then they just quickly reacted. All right, let's see what Orla's turn is. Orla is going 4. Splats is going 3. And the spider is going 2. Wow. What's the odds? I mean, I was shuffling. I was really hoping to go first. The spider, after taking all that damage, web attack. The spider fixes its numerous eyes on the player character with the highest strength. That is Orla. The next moment, it spits sticky spider webs at the victim, who must make an evade roll. It is not an action. On a failure, the victim is caught in the web, unable to move. It takes a successful strength roll with the Bane action to break free. Others can help. So the spider shoots sticky webs out at Orla. She has to evade. Her evasion is... What is her evasion? 14. Go on, Orla, you can dodge out of the way. Orla got a dragon. She dodges easily. She ducks down, matrix out of the way of the web. It squirts onto the wall behind her. And that is the spider's turn. And that was not an action. And that means Splats is up next. I should put these on their character sheet so I don't get confused. Splats is going to go next. He has a 3. He's going to hack with the dagger. He's a 14. He got a 5. That's a hit. Another D8 of damage. 2 more damage to the spider. It's in rough shape. It's in pretty rough shape. So now the question is, does Orla want to try to kill it with 1 blow and do another twin shot? Yeah, I think she does. I think she crouches down to 1 knee, pulls out 2 arrows. She's going to spend 2 more willpower. Or 3 more willpower to do her twin shot ability. 1 roll with a bang. She needs to beat 14. And she got it, a 10 and a 9. Rolling great. So that's 2d12 damage. 2 more arrows sink into the giant spider. First one hits for 3 damage. And the second one hits for 8, 9, 10, 11. So the spider is badly hurt. It's got 4 life left. And that's the end of that round. All right, we'll shuffle these up. We'll see who goes. First, Orla, going on 7. Splats, going on 2. And Spider, going on 3. All right, so first up is Splats. He sees the creature badly wounded, having taken 2 arrows to the face, 2 more. He tries to plunge his dagger into the spider's head. 18 is no good. Does he want to push it? He can push it. I don't know if he wants to be dazed. If he doesn't push it, the spider goes next. He could push it with strength and be exhausted. Yeah, he'll push it with strength. He'll become exhausted. Oh, and last time, since she got a dragon with evade, or they got a dragon with evade, we get to check off her skill. So we put a little mark here, and then at the end of the session, she can see if she levels up. Whenever you roll a dragon. I don't think anybody else rolled a dragon. Did Splats roll a dragon when he hit that guy? Because that would have been a critical. No, I don't think he did. All right. He's pushing. Splats is going to become exhausted. He'll get bangs on his strength rolls. That's a hit. And then D8 damage to the spider. All we need is a 4 or better. Wow, 1 damage. So the spider's head kind of like dodges out of the way. He scratches it. Doesn't hit the killing blow. The spider goes. 4. Poison Sting. The 8-legged horror raises its rear and attacks a player character with a poisonous stinger that shoots out of its repulsive body. The attack inflicts D10 piercing damage, and a victim who sustains at least 1 point of damage is also injected with a paralyzing poison. With potency 16, this attack can be parried. All right, so he is going to shoot that. And I think we'll see randomly who it is. So 1, 2, 3, he stings Splats. 4, 5, 6, he stings Orla. It's Orla. All right, so it automatically, monster attacks don't miss, so Orla has to decide if she wants to dodge or parry. I think she's gonna try to evade. Evading is an action. It will take her turn for this specific instance. She has to roll a 14 or less. She sees the stinger fly out at her. 5, and she dodges out of the way, and it clanks against one of the pillars behind her. All right. So far, they're rolling good. Shuffle this initiative up. I think this is the third round. All right, Orla. He gets a 5. Splats 10. I think the spider might go first. Spider 3. Yikes. That's no good. He's trying to make a comeback. He's bleeding, thrashing around, lashing out wildly. Tearing attack. The famished spider lunges at the player characters, frantically attacking with its multitude of hairy barbed legs. All players within 2 meters suffer D8 piercing damage each. So that's in the space next to him. But I think he's going to jump here and lash out at both of us. That only makes sense. So he can either take the D8 damage or 13 hit points and 15 hit points, or they can both try to dodge. Oh, I think we both try to dodge. So that'll be their actions. So let's see. First, we'll start with Orla. She needs a 14 to evade. 16 is not enough. Does she push it? She can push it and become scared or disheartened. All right, we'll have her become disheartened. She'll push it. She needs a 14. 7, she dodges out of the way at the last second. Splats is going to try to evade, or he dodges out of the way. All right, that takes an action, so that ends their turn. And as you can see, once you kind of get into the groove, it goes kind of fast as far as each round reshuffling. But Orla, going on a 4. Splats 6. Spider 8. So Spider's last. Okay, great. All right, so the spider is right up on Orla, so I think she's just going to pull out her knife and try to stab it. All right, so she needs a 14. What's her knife skill? Yep, knife is 14. That is a dragon, which is a critical hit. She will get to mark off 14 for her knife. And let me look up criticals, because I think you can ignore armor, do double damage, or something else. Let's see. Critical hits, 45. And in this case, the spider doesn't have armor, does it? Oh, the spider doesn't have armor, but the spider has ferocity too. I messed up. The spider should have 2 initiative cards per draw. So it should actually be doing 2 things per turn because it has ferocity too. But we'll keep that in mind for the next one. I forgot to look at ferocity. All right, so it has, let's see, critical hits, roll double the amount of dice for the weapon's damage before adding any damage bonus and other bonuses. Oh, I also forgot about the damage bonus. So damage bonus for agility is an extra D6. So I forgot about that too. So they killed this spider. Did. So we'll roll the double the amount of damage dice. before adding any damage bonus. So with the dagger, we would have rolled 2d8s. So the d8, we'd roll that twice. It would have been 2. 3 is 5. And then for agility damage bonus, she gets a d6. 1, so 7 damage that would kill this spider. And it slumps to the ground dead. All right, so the spider has been defeated. We'll shuffle these up. We got to remember that for next time. That was our first combat, so we made a couple mistakes. Ferocity means how many initiative cards they draw, so they should have drew 2. And then we didn't add our damage bonuses, so the spider technically would have went more often. But since we didn't do the damage bonus, we probably would have killed it faster, so it just kind of evens out. But we'll try to remember that for next time. All right. So after killing the spider and the spider's webs, I think what we're going to do is scavenge. So let's see if we find anything. There's a table back here for scavenging. Let's see. Searching, traps, scavenge. Okay. When you ransack a cache of abandoned supplies, dig through the nest of a slain creature, examine the gear of a fallen enemy, or otherwise scrounge for loot. Scavenge table to the right reveals what you find. If you are broadly searching an area, use the search table on page 10 instead. Scavenging does not usually require a skill roll. It should only take a minute or 2. So we're just quickly looking. So we'll roll a d10 and then we'll see what we get on the scavenge table. All right, so d10, where's the d10? We got 7. 1 treasure card. All right, so in the beginner box, it has these treasure cards. We'll just get a quick shuffle, and somewhere in the room within the webs, we find a silver necklace valued at 2d6 times 5 silver coins. So we will take that silver necklace as a tiny item. All right. And then do we want to search the room completely or keep going? If we search the room completely, we'll do another shift of time and this will move up 1. I think we search the room. We got 2 rooms to go before we get to the fiendish altar. All right. Let's see. Do we have time? I think we have time. So let's see. We'd have to do a spot hidden roll. And are either one of these guys? Splats has an 8. He has a 6. They're not very good at finding things, but I think with the spider being there, they're going to be, he's a merchant. He's trying to find some more goods. It makes sense that he would search. So we'll bump up the threat dice to 3. And Splats will try to search. And he needs to roll an 8 or less. 19, nope. He doesn't find anything. Yep, he wastes time and find nothing of interest. Okay. So then they're going to keep it moving. So they're going to leave this temple area. They're not going to investigate the mirror. Actually, wait, let's see. Do we want to see if they investigate the mirror? Yes or no? We'll roll a d6 and see. 1 is no, 6 is yes. So 4 or higher they do. 2, no. So that's just a straight no. So the mirror is covered in cobwebs and dust. They don't really see it. Doesn't look like it's wooded. It doesn't look like it's anything special to it. So they decide to leave and move on to the next location. So the next waypoint is also unknown. So we'll go back to our location table like we did before. We'll roll a d20 and see what area we stumble into. So they head back out into the dungeon. They're roaming around. They leave the corpse of the spider behind. Where's the spider? The spider bodies. All right. And we'll roll a d20 and see what the next area looks like. 9, a forgotten library. All right, so they're in a forgotten library, which I don't know that I have any type of quick tile thing that looks like a library. I don't think I have any library looking tiles, so it'll just be some type of bookcase type area, we'll just say. And then they stumble into here. And let's see, location details. So we'll roll a d4. Then roll a d4 that many times. So we got a 2. So we're going to roll twice on the location details. It is contents and 2 rolls on contents. So in the library, there are 14 ornate sarcophagi. Great. And there are 12 moldering tapestries. All right, and then let's see what the inhabitants could be. Orcs. So there are ornate sarcophagi in the library. And there might be orcs in here. Okay, so we are going to enter the library. We'll just say, hey, maybe there's a second section to the library where it has these sarcophagi in here. And let's see. Are there any orcs in the room that we can see? 1 is no, 6 is yes. So 1 through 3, no, 4 through 6, yes. It is a yes, but not an extreme yes. So let's see how many there are. So it has number. It has none, few, several, and numerous. So we'll see what we get. Numerous. There are a lot of orcs here. All right. And then let's see their reaction. And they are hostile. All right, so this could be bad. We have little orc standees. Let's see. Orc standees. What do orcs look like? We got goblins. All right, maybe these guys can be orcs. Let's see. We'll say there are 4 orcs in here. Yep. They won't all be in the same room. We'll split them up just to give us a little bit of time. Now, unfortunately, Orla has this weakness where she is intolerant of orcs. She feels like they're evil and they have to die. So she's going to end up attacking them. So I guess the question is, do they see us when we come in? Library. So this room me think. What did I roll on for the ornate sarcophagi and moldering tapestries? Okay, yeah, that's what it was. All right. Do they see us? The answer is 1 through 3, no. 4, 5, 6, yes. They do. All right. So I think that's where we'll pause part 1 because it seems like this might be a long combat. So far, Orla Moonsilver and Splats the Merchant have run across some orcs. Will they fight them? Can they talk their way out of it? Will they talk their way out of it? We'll have to find out on the next episode as we continue our journey alone in Deepfall Breach. Alone, but together for co-op. All right. Well, thanks for watching. That was fun. Going by pretty fast, actually. If you've played solo RPGs before, feel free to throw a comment in there if you've tried Dragonbane. I like it. It's fun. I know it's, everybody has their own unique style, but yeah, it's pretty good once you get into it and you kind of get the flow of what you're trying to do. But thanks for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe and have a great day.